Update 17, guys. This is exciting. We've been working in the silence on this update. When update 16 was pushed out, it wasn't actually something that was sanctioned by me per se. I think it was good that it was pushed out. Don't get me wrong. I was away at the time, and I think it was good that it was pushed out because there was so much content. We had worked so hard, so many nights, round the clock to give update 16. Unfortunately, a few things were imbalanced, incorrectly, not finalized. Things like gemstones, early game, for example, was never changed. All of that stuff is fixed in update 17. So you will receive a more polished update 16. We were also planning on releasing our boss mechanic in update 16 that replaces the Hunt the Guardian, called the Rune boss. And I think we start by looking at that. This is an objective that comes randomly on crystals after level 50. Here's another new thing. The crystal workbench, we have got an updated model for. Oh, doesn't that look good? Doesn't that look insane? I love it. It looks so good. This is the table where you modify a crystal, by the way. Let's grab an executioner seal. So that's the seal for this. Now, what you're about to see is not 100% finalized. We still got a couple of weeks of development, and for those of you who are champion patrons on the Vault Hunters, you will get access to this next weekend, and we're setting up a pre-release server for you guys. The way this objective works, and I'm so excited about this objective, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be super fun. You have the task, you're being tasked with collecting runes. And in this demo we're going to see, I've put these runes at a very high chance in wooden chests, but runes are going to work kind of like scavenger items. Okay, you get them from mobs, you get them from everything. It's kind of like elixir scavenger all in one. You get runes from every source of stuff you do inside the vault. The first room we come across to is a boss room. And this boss room hosts the golem. Dun dun dun! Oh, it looks awesome. He requires 5 runes to be summoned. Now, when I designed this, I was very aware of like previous boss fights in Vault Hunters and in Minecraft, and how difficult it is to make a boss fight in Minecraft be interesting. I think we succeeded with the Herald. I think so. Yeah, I think the end game boss in Vault Hunters is extremely good. But how could we turn that into like your average vault run? Like you want to spend 25 minutes, you want to have fun, you want to run a vault. Well, the problem has always been that when we've had boss objectives in the past, there are 2 problems. First of all, people have just been speedrunning them, not interacting with the vault, not looting, not doing the stuff that the vault is designed to do. And secondly, it's always been this mash head-on one-on-one fight where you just like click the boss. I had that in mind when I designed this, and I decided that what if the player builds the boss? Build a boss. And that's what we are doing with these runes. So you can find various different runes inside chests and from mobs. And if I just collect a few of these here, actually they're just in wooden chests at the moment, I think. If I collect a few of these runes, it will all make sense in a second. There we go. And let's get some more over here. Oh, none in there. Unlucky. There's another one of those. There's another one of the same one. There we go. No, we have that as well. Here we go. That's another one. Okay, that's probably enough to get my point across. So these runes, they look different. There are 9 different runes. They also give a different reward. Right now, there's a lot of gear and gold. There will be other things such as card packs. I know people want card packs, arcane card packs, all the card packs, and some other things, including unique gear. The idea is each rune, there are 9 different runes. I only have, what is this? I have 6 of the 9. Each rune does something different to the boss. So let's have a look at this first one, this arrow looking thing. This adds a range attack to the boss. And the player is guaranteed to get unidentified vault boots in the completion crate. This next rune here enhances the health. It gives extra health to the boss, this green thing. And this one also gives us an Omega green shield. Then we got heavy range attack, which is this sort of yellow looking thing. And we have one that gives us an Omega chestplate and one that gives us gold. This thing here, it gives a buff effect to the boss. And as you can see, the reward is tied as well. The white one, or bone-looking one, gives an on-hit effect to the boss. The red one here, or orange one, increases the damage to the boss. Here's a black one that we didn't have. This one gives an area of effect attack to the boss. And as I said, this is build a boss. It's build your reward and build your boss all in one. This one adds a melee attack to the boss, a pink one. And that's an Omega sword. So it's like 2 phases to this. It's partly you deciding what you want your crate to have, your completion crate. There are 3 unique bosses that we are presenting, and we'll add more in the future, sure, but we're starting with 3. We got the Golem, and that's the one that we saw in the beginning. And then we got a few other ones. We do have a spider boss. And then Boogeyman is making a return from season 1 of Vault Hunters, for those of you who've been here for a while. But this is the Golem. He requires 5 runes to spawn. This value is random. There can be from 3 to, I believe, 6 at the moment. That's something that we will balance. And if I were to say, I really want this Omega Sword, okay? And if I add this, I'm going to have to increase his damage. So, okay, I'm going to add that. And that increases his damage. I've now submitted 1 rune, and I'm guaranteed an Omega, so look at that. Oh. Then let's add, I don't know, let's add a range attack for these boots. And let's add on-hit effect. You know, so whenever he hits me, he affects me with something. Poison, for example. Sure. At this point, you get the idea. If I add this one, I add a melee attack to him. If I add this one, I add a heavy range. Let's do that. But you can also double up on the same rune. So like if you have found, oh, I really want this Omega chestplate as well, but you've already added a heavy range attack, that's fine. You can add another one. And now what you're doing is increasing his ability to do this heavy range attack. As I said, this is not completely finished. We still have some work to do with animations and stuff. But as you can see, he's got a range attack. And that's a double fist, so that was his heavy range attack. Is it going to do anything else? Yeah, it's going to slap me and poison me, because remember, we put on hit effect on him. I don't think we gave him an AoE attack at all. Oh, he on hit, he swept me away and made me float. That's annoying. So, hard to demo in like survival or creative without any gear or anything. But here's the cool thing. If I would have applied these exact same runes to the Boogeyman or to the Spider, their definition of range attack or AoE attack or whatever is different than that of the rune boss. They all have unique attacks and unique traits, and some playstyles will be better against certain bosses than others. Absolutely awesome. And you can't break blocks or place blocks in boss rooms. So you can't just cheese them and put them in a corner. You'll have to defeat him. And all of the bosses are unique, as I say. I'm not going to showcase all of them, but they all have unique things, which is really, really exciting. And there we go. The room opens up. The vault is complete. And now I got the crate. And in this crate will be the items that I picked and a base roll of items, right? So I did pick an Omega chestplate. I picked an Omega sword. I picked gold. And so I was guaranteed those. And then there will be a base layer of items. As I say, it's not just going to be gear and gold, but that's what we have it configured at the moment. Do runes rot? Yes, runes get deleted and rot, just like scav items. Let's continue. That was the boss. I hope you guys are excited. Next up on the agenda, we have added something that people have asked for a long time, but we are adding a keyring. A lot of people have asked for this. So what this is an item you craft in the game. It doesn't have a recipe yet, but you craft it, you put treasure keys in here, and then you can use this on treasure doors, right click on treasure doors inside a vault, and you will open the door if you have the keys in its inventory. It can stack keys indefinitely, so you can stack how many ever keys you want here. Okay, this is exciting. We have added a unique codex, and this thing exists in quests as well, so you will come across this after level 20. I think it's here, unique gear. And the unique codex is super important if you're into like getting these special abilities and special builds. And what it is just a codex, right? It's a codex showing all of the unique items that's in the game. And with this, I will also announce that we have added 6 new unique items. One of them is Rose Thorn Ivy. The codex will only describe a little bit. It won't actually say what the shield does or what the items do, but we're going to have a hover here where you can see the rolls of the shield and you can see the exact things. If Thorns is your preferred way of killing, no shield does it better than Rose Thorn Ivy. Every single one, except for this one, because I picked the one that I had entered unknown, will say where the different items drop. So if you're looking for the Inflated Justice, it's in the raid vaults. If you're looking for Excalibur, it's unknown. This is a new sword we're adding. We're adding Pacifist Sandals as well. We're adding the Frozen Throne. It's also unknown where it drops. But as you can see, it says the lab, raid vaults. I do believe I have one. Yeah. Gladiator Buckler is a new shield. Become faster and more enraged by wielding this fighter forged buckler. Drops in villages. My hope with the unique codex is that people who maybe previously didn't understand how valuable unique gear can be gets an idea of how valuable they are. Because they are super strong. They can be super strong for your build. And with this, you should be able to just know what you need to play. Know where you need to go. And we will add some of these uniques to villages, and we've also added them to the factory room. You know the room that everyone hates with the compressed blocks? Yeah. You're gonna have a reason to break the crates in that room in the future, because there might be a unique drop in there. How do you know if you can find a unique? Well, in villages and in the factory room, you can find, if you get lucky, a crate that looks like this. You break this with any chest affinity, break it open, and it will contain a unique. And speaking about challenge rooms, one of the things that wasn't finalized in update 16 that got pushed out was guardians. I assume that most people are not big fans of the permanent thorns. In update 17, the thorns chance for a guardian per hit is lowered to 20%. So they only thorn you 1 of 5 hits. So that's about the uniques. I'm really excited about the unique codex. I think it's amazing. I think it's so powerful to be able to like browse through these. And you know, Helm of the Warbound is a helmet that I really like, that gives you scatter javelin power, drops in the raid vaults. It just hopefully gives you a purpose, a hunt, something to go for. So, question about decks. We've done it, guys. Decks can now have modifiers on them when you find them. This is a modifier example. All yellow cards will be 49% more efficient. So any yellow card that you put in this deck will be 49% more efficient. There are a lot more of these modifiers. All blue cards will be 71% more efficient. Not all decks are modified, by the way. But when you find them and they're foil like this, then they're modified. This is one type of modifier. All colored cards or all of one type of cards are more efficient. There is also all foil cards are more efficient, and there's also cards in the highlighted slots are more efficient. There are decks that have certain slots that are highlighted, and then they are like 200% more efficient. So that's very, very exciting. Enhanced decks, that's something that I'm going to be playing around with a lot. Okay, let's continue. Pirate themes have got new crabs. The old crabs have been removed. We made our own crab, guys, because one of my goals has been to make sure that we only use our own mobs. Look, they still lose their shell and then they become passive. No more Alex mobs. Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. Pirate themes also have pirate tanks. Oh, this is such a nice mob. Yeah, look at this guy. Oh, look at this guy. I believe he shoots a cannonball or something like this. Let me try. He does. Holy crap. That's awesome. Here is another huge feature. We have a new blocking game called the Void Crucible. Oh. It's a crucible. Now this is a game changer, this block, because this replaces the junk management block, but it's so much better. First of all, craft yourself a void stone, one of these things. They can have different stats on them. And the void stone, this one gives me a little bit of extra damage, goes in the necklace slot. Boom. Right there. It has uses just like a trinket, and it can be crafted in here for Volterite and gold, just like gear. The void stone makes sure to void everything inside a vault that drops. Everything. And removes the durability damage on your magnet. It voids everything that isn't a vault drop. Unless you whitelist what you want to save in this here space. You got 54 slots and that's it. No more upgrades, no more weird stuff. You whitelist what you want to save here. Now, if you don't want to do this, but you're running a theme, let's say that you're running the honey theme and you're there to collect, I don't know, sunflowers and spore blossoms and orange crystals. Then you simply go in here. You can see all of the stuff that drops in the theme. And then you click this to put it to the blacklist. And that's it. There it is. As long as you have your void stone, it's going to void everything and remove the damage on on your magnet. No more upgrading, no more weird scroll bug, no more keeping track of what you voided and haven't voided. It's done. Everything is done for you in the Void Crucible. And I love it. It's still a research, junk management, still a thing. Of course, we are backwards compatible, guys. So in your world, if you update and you have a junk manager, it's going to change to this block. Does it have to be equipped to void? Yes. If you take your pendant off or run out of uses, it's no longer going to void things. But we're going to set the uses to these to be pretty high. This is only test values. So they're going to have around like 30 to 50 uses, something like this. And you can change this whenever, by the way. So between vaults, like, okay, I know I'm going to do a pirate theme vault. I do want to save my honey blocks in this run. I do want to save mossy cobblestone for whatever reason. You just click these things and boom, they save. What if you pick up a shulker when looting? It only voids generated vault blocks. Okay, so it doesn't void shulker boxes. It doesn't void your backpacks or anything like this. It voids the stuff that you see here that generates in the vault. And then if you don't want it to void obsidian, then you whitelist it. So it looks at what generates in the vault and voids those blocks. We've got some new capstones in the game. We have the pylon capstone. This one can be purchased inside vendors after level 65 currently. We might change that in the pre-release time. We have got the peaceful capstone. Perhaps one of the most rare items in Vault Hunters after this update. Yes, if you put this on a crystal that you have modified or done whatever with, this is going to remove any mob spawns from that vault. But these are very, very precious. We also have the merchant's capstone, which highlights vendors. These two capstones, the pylon and merchant, they're quite common, but the peaceful one is super rare. Then, this has been a feature request for so long. We have added it. The trial chamber vault rock. If you use this rock to craft your crystal, the vault will have mobs like normal, but it won't have any loot. It will have chests, but no loot. You don't get any experience in the vault. You don't lose any durability in the vault. You can't die. Well, you can die, but you don't lose anything if you die. And yeah, that's it. It's a trial chamber. It's for you to test out your build without risking losing anything or gaining anything other than testing out your build. These vault rocks, I don't think we have the recipe for them yet. These trial chambers, cheap to make. Cheap to make. The idea is that you can make them whenever you want and then just test run the vault with them. Okay, trinkets. First and foremost, trinkets are no longer part of the Vault Forge. So if we take a look at the Vault Forge now looks like this. Much cleaner. You can only store gold and whatever it is, Vault alloy in here. That's it. You can store an infinite amount of it. But yeah, much cleaner UI. But then DJA has made this amazing model, the Trinket Forge. This is now where you craft trinkets. And guys, we've got 3 new trinkets. I almost want to say that we have 4 new trinkets, but we got 3 new trinkets. We've got a red trinket called Healing Salve, which gives you healing efficiency. We've got Shadow Cloak. And this, I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. Become invisible to mobs while not making noises. If a noise is made, the cloak will reactivate after 30 seconds. Champions, elites, guardians, illagers, and bosses do not respect your cloak. Dungeon mobs, however, do. I know how a lot of you people are like decked out enjoyers, and I think decked out is a very cool creation. And I know how you guys are like, oh, I just love to sneak around and not make any noise and take a chill and stuff. Opening a chest is a noise, though. So we decided, you know, let's do that, but let's get rid of the annoying sneaking. So you can run, guys. Yeah, you can run. Just don't jump, attack, fall down so you take hurt damage, and you're fine. I played around a lot with this when trying to balance it, and it is such a weird experience inside a vault. The 30 seconds, by the way, it may change. It's again a pre-release thing. I'm looking for feedback. You can see whether or not it's active by a potion effect up in the top right-hand corner. So right now it's not active. Walking downstairs is not making noise. No, you can even run. Look at the potion effect in the top right-hand corner, and you'll see when it wears off. If I like take fall damage or hurt damage, then I'm making noise. Is it safe to eat? It's safe to eat. Yeah, you can eat. But yeah, if I just carefully walk down here, I'm gonna spawn the mobs. But as you can see, they can't see me. I'm chilling. And I've used this to go into dungeons. It is very, very frightening, but it's exciting. You can run through an entire dungeon. Of course, clicking the altar is gonna aggravate them. But yeah. Can you break blocks? No. You can't attack. You can't use your attack thing. So you'll have to sneak. Now you can see that it's off. However, and I will say this, you can see that they can see me right now. Once it re-triggers, they're gonna not see me again. So the mobs are not marked by any means. I just need to wait to become invisible again. There we go. Bye, guys. Suck it. I think this is going to be an exciting trinket. I think we still have a little bit of work done to left to make sure that we can make it as balanced as possible. I think that pacifists might use this together with Empower. Don't forget, guys, you can't actually do an ability. If you dash, that's a sound. Next up, I said 3 new trinkets. I'm going to go in to the Trinket Forge and I'm going to craft Slimy. We've seen Slimy before, but me and the team, we decided that Slimy hasn't received all the love. Why is that? And we sat down and we thought about it. We're like, people don't like walking and getting stuck to things. Yeah, people are not fans of that. What if we give Slimy a new life? So we did. Slimy likes to bounce. Take 2. Slimy likes to bounce. And again, we are still not fully done with like the values of bounce. But Slimy makes you bounce and ignore fall damage. You can negate this by holding shift, in which case you will take fall damage and not bounce. Or if you practice, you can negate it by jumping just before you land, like that. And then you don't bounce either, and you don't take fall damage. Right now, it decays your bounce by, or your fall by 80%. We may change that to 90, or sorry, it decays it by 20%. We may change that to 10% to give it a little bit more bounce. We may also alter the movement speed of the player forward so that instead of getting slower when you bounce, you become faster. That's something that I want to try out, because if we do that, then we're going to see players having brand new ways of running vaults. Like imagine if I can bunny jump with it. Can you dash into the ground to bounce? No. It's calculating fall distance, not velocity. So there it is. 3 new trinkets. Now old Slimy will turn into Sticky. And I'm proud to say this. First of all, that's our new Sticky. So this is the one that, you know, we all love, where you start climbing things. I'm proud to say this next thing though. Here we go. Okay, I have to say it. In theory, being able to climb walls is a pretty strong trinket. Pretty good. But I think we can all agree that it's bloody annoying when you walk into a block like this and you start climbing. So I, Iskall, removed it myself. Yeah, this is me. I did the Java code for this. Now, Sticky, as its new name is, you have to jump onto a wall. And also, I don't know if you can hear this, but I added a sound to it. It's disgusting, but I love it. Check it out. Yeah, it's so much better though, honestly. It's so much better. It requires the player to now jump towards the wall you want to hug. So there it is, our new trinkets. We have a bunch of new swords and some new axes, transmog things. Let's roll the sword. Look at this, we have a new scrappy sword. Looks a bit weird. Looks like a little piece of metal. But we got the etch blade, and this is from Exploding Dice, who's done this one. And these are swords that you discover early on in the games. Old Glory, we got, I'm gonna miss some. Winged Blade, this is a nice sword. This is a very, very nice sword. Maybe my favorite one. And then of course, here's the Dweller sword. If you have the Dweller Patron tier, you get this sword from level 0 in every world you play in. Very cool. Okay, another big thing. There's a new setting here. This one, Patron display settings. If you're a patron, you can now, depending on what tier you have, I have all tiers because I'm cool like that. You can select to have an emblem. So if I'm a goblin tier, I get this emblem in game. There we go. So now I have that emblem. And of course, you know, if you're the highest tier patron, you get all of the emblems and you can pick which one you want to be displayed at any given time. We also have the color, so you can choose to have your name colored with the name of the patron tier. We've done a lot of work that we should have done like 2 years ago, but just never got around to make sure that we honor the patrons that we have, because you guys mean a lot. You support this game. We also added an axe to go with it, so you get an axe and a sword. They look very very combat oriented. I took a screenshot of these, so you've probably seen them before. Yeah, they look pretty good. By pretty good, I mean I think they look sick. I think they look great. Then for Cheeser, which is the next tier, we actually added a full-blown armor set. And again, higher level patrons will always get lower tier. So this is the new Cheeser set. I think it looks pretty sick. I think it's actually one of the coolest looking armor sets in the game. And it's got that Iskall green in it. And that's for the second tier. And of course, if you're a goblin, you get this and the swords and the goblin set. And if you're a champion, you get all of it and the champion set as well. So that's for the patrons. Then we've done something special, guys. Oh, and this brings a little bit of tears to my eyes. First of all, for those of you who become party leaders in my companions, you will get a companion set. As of update 17, you will be able to equip this from level 0 in any world you play. The party leader set. And yeah, you become the party. You got a crystal spinning in the stomach. You got things spinning on the legs. So this set gets unlocked if you, with your companion, using channel points, for example, during my streams, become a party leader at any time, which I think is level 12, but it might be level 10. I don't know. But don't worry, my series is just started, so a lot of you will have the opportunity to unlock this. And the unlock is permanent. You will always have this unlock. Because of what's happened, because of what I've been through, I got the opportunity to include what I like to call the Dillan VIP set of Doom. And this is a set of items that I'm going to show you in a second that I'm going to give out on streams to people who I feel have been extraordinary. And I'm not talking just financial support. I'm talking in general. People who clearly carry the vision of a Dillan. Make a person smile per day. Be positive. Focus on the controllable. Don't trample another human being for any reason, ever. And I'm going to show you this set. And these will be very exclusive. Very few people will have these. Dillan's Blade. Look at that sword. My goodness. Look at that sword. Diamond Gamer Ash, you have truly outdone yourself. Dillan's Blade, awarded by me here on streams or based on YouTube comments. Because I think that positivity is so hard to come by these days. It makes me sad. Let me show you the axe. There's the axe. The Iskall green. We got the heart in them. Look at this. The heart is there. The heart is here. Whew. We gotta focus. Here we go. We got Dillan's book. You think the heart is gone? No, the heart is there. You want the wand? You a wand enjoyer? Sure. Dillan's magic stick is for you. Look at that. There it is. Wield the love, wield the power. And finally, and perhaps, no, I think the sword is my favorite. But perhaps my favorite, that shield that we all need at some point. Remember what I've always said. Protect the weak. Stand up for the little man, Dillan. Stand up for those who need it. With this Dillan's shield. Look at the hearts coming out of it. Now, how do you get these? These will be picked. I will pick people. Perhaps in every stream if I feel like it. I will add you to an API, add your IGN, and it has nothing to do with financial support. It has nothing to do with anything like that. It's not a purchase to win set. It's just for me to be able to give back something to those of you who are so insanely positive and have been for years. We're done with the additional things, except for we've done a supporter screen that I'm going to show you guys at the end as a thank you thing. Let's go to balance updates. Is anyone annoyed with regret orbs currently in Vault Hunters? Does anyone just can't wait for Iskall to just increase the amount of regret orbs in update 17? Because they are nearly completely gone. Yeah, kind of, yeah. And you're all waiting. Be honest, guys, you're all waiting. You're waiting for me to increase the amount of regret orbs in chest, right? I'm not gonna increase the amount of regret orbs. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna increase the amount. I'm removing them. Yeah, that's correct. I'm removing them. They're gone. Boom. Update 17 regret orbs. Look at this. Regret orb. Boom. Legacy. Gone. There it is. Instead, to regret an ability, you use Vault Gold. And this searches for Vault Gold in your inventory and sub-inventory. It can take direct Vault Gold. It can also just take bronze. It will do the math and realize that it has enough, I hope. Yeah. Boom. That text there will be changed to an icon so that it's easier to read. But yeah, no more regret orbs. We're using Vault Gold instead. And before you shout from the back of the room, but Iskall, I don't have enough gold. Calm. You will have enough gold. Magnets have been moved to gilded chests in this update. Yeah, we moved magnets to gilded chests. There it is. I think it's fitting. Gilded chests have jewel pouches. They are a bit lacking otherwise. They have vault diamonds, sure, but they need some more tool things. So I think the magnets in gilded chests are going to feel better in the game. Remove the ability to place vault barrels or shulker boxes inside vault barrels. So you can no longer stack these. That was a bug. Oh no. No, I'm coming to a topic that's going to get some negativity around it. Crap, here we go. Okay, well, first of all, we changed Lucky Momentum, this talent, to only be unlockable at level 25, because before that you don't get lucky hit. But here we go. Oh, here we go. This is scary. Scavenger items are now automatically removed when you exit a vault. Okay, I get it. Oh, boo-hoo. You lose 128 soul shards per scavenger vault. I'm sorry, but for goodness sake, that was just an old legacy feature. When you are new to Vault Hunters and you have to manage all of these scavenger rotten items, it's just so annoying, okay? If I would have designed scavenger vaults today, I would never have kept them in inventory. The only reason we did that was because we didn't have the technology back then. I don't think anyone in this chat runs a scavenger vault with the idea to get extra soul shards. If you want to get a lot of soul shards, you should run like an elixir and just murder mobs the entire time. Quest rewards updated. This is an important one, actually. One of these quests here in the beginning, this jewels on tools or whatever, has been changed so that it now gives you, instead of 64 silver scraps, it gives you 512 silver scraps and 8 gemstones. Now, 8 gemstones should be enough. But if I would have recorded a video here, like I am recording, like this is gonna go on YouTube, but I would have just stopped the recording, restarted, and killed that creeper, and then started again. But that's kind of sad. It adds a comedic effect. Anyway. Yeah, so you get enough gemstones to make sure that you can get the beginning gems, or jewels, sorry. We have also removed the durability penalty when dying in casual mode. Hello? The screen is literally 4 pixels plus the blue. Now, I know a lot of people have been waiting for this next thing, bug fixes, because there are a lot of people who are tired of some of the bugs. So, we've been working hard with the bugs. We're not done yet. This is not all the bug fixes we're doing. These are the bug fixes that we've done so far. We have done a gigantic performance optimization by caching regex for block blacklist. No idea what that means, but it sounds fancy. We only tick gear attribute talent if the talent has been taken. So there was a big issue with ticks on the server being done by that. We've optimized codex yet again. Okay, they've been optimized more. We now allow access to be used for animal pens. We ensure that traps cannot occur on treasure chests. I don't know if they could, but apparently there was a bug. The altar interface in the vault integration mod, so the automation altar, now accepts any type of vault rock. That's big. That was a bug. We fixed the accessibility of augment tooltip colors so that the theme name is now readable. So if we look at the augments, boop, here. You can now see the theme. We've removed the color there. We kept the color on the thing. I think that's a lot better. We fixed a bug where raid mobs could be affected by ethereal, meaning you can't complete raids. Gone. We fixed the collection quests in Skyvaults. Big shout out to Linda here, who fixed this. So now, Skyvault enjoyers, rejoice. Yeah, there it is. We also fixed totem blocks not being able to be destroyed in raid vaults. Do you remember? I came across this like the last day I streamed. How totem blocks just made a noise in the raid vaults. That's gone now. That's fixed. Chest names not correctly being selected on barrels or placed chests. Vault Fireball used an unscaled radius. Now it scales correctly. The Grizzly armor model not dyeing to correct areas. So like the dye wasn't being applied if you try to color it. We fixed trinkets and charms to be shift clickable into curio slots. Oh, that's kind of clean. I didn't know we had fixed that. Nice one, Josh. We fixed a bug that stopped redstone ores from being destroyed in raw vaults, even though they generated as ores. I didn't know that was a bug. That's crazy. We fixed the champion armor game crash with vault particles in create mod. So for those of you who were playing around with create and you were using in the pondering function, yeah, it's been fixed. It's been fixed. It no longer crashes the game. And we fixed a bug that made the buttons on the main menu render without a proper border. Yeah, I mean, it's just me updating the texture. But still, I felt like I have also fixed a bug. Yeah, on the main menu. And so I want to write it in the bug things because, yeah, it sounds good. That's the bugs that we have fixed so far. We have got a massive list. Some of the bugs reported we can't reproduce, but we're doing our best to catch as many as possible. Now, lastly, thank you to all of our wonderful patrons. Thank you to Bisect Hosting as well. Make sure that if you get a server, a Minecraft server, you get it from Bisect Hosting. We have finally made this screen, although this is not the final product, but we've made a Patreon reward screen. It will end up being rendering yourself here with the rewards that you get on different things. And then we have our thank you line down here. We will continue. Anyone who supported the game in the past will still have their rewards in the game. So there it is.